So, Alice, did you catch the last episode? Things got pretty intense between Charlie and me during that debate.
Oh, yes, I remember. It was quite the clash of ideology. Your conservative views and Charlie's libertarian perspective certainly made for an interesting discussion. I still can't believe how passionate you both were.
Well, you know me. I like to keep things lively and challenge Charlie's idealism. It's all part of the show, right?
Indeed. It definitely sparked some engaging moment for our viewers. I must say, though, the tension between you two was palpable. It made for riveting television.
Quiet on set. We're about to start. Let's bring some energy, people.
Thank you, Debby. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Earth. We hope you're ready for a great show today.
A bit more lively, Charlie.
Good morning, everyone. We are back with a fresh new episode of Earth, ready to kickstart your day with a mix of news, entertainment, and, of course, our quirky discussions.
Debbie's enthusiasm is a bit much, isn't it?
It's her way of compensating for her insecurities, I suppose. Let's just focus on the show and make the best of it.
And now, for our headlines. We have an exciting lineup for you today, from politics to science and everything in between. Stay tuned as we dive into the fascinating world of Earth. Good evening, folks. Welcome to 24/7 Newsroom, your intergalactic source for news, humor, and everything in between. I'm your host, Charlie, and I am joined by my esteemed colleagues, Bob and Alice.
Evening, everyone. Bob here, the resident conservative keeping things real.
Bonsoir, tout le monde. It's Alice, the voice of reason from a left-leaning perspective. Let's dive into today's headlines.
But before we do, let's address the elephant in the room. Bob, care to enlighten our viewers about your adventurous cooking endeavors?
Well, it seems my attempt at culinary greatness backfired. Quite literally. I thought I could surprise my co-host with a gourmet feast. But let's just say the kitchen ended up looking like a warzone. Lesson learned. Stick to my day job.
You never fail to entertain us, Bob. I must say, your cooking escapades have become legendary on this ship.
Now, let's move on to our first headline. Today, we have an interesting story from Oman. A citizen was arrested for deliberately setting fire to a vehicle.
Ah, the joys of arson. The lengths some people go to express themselves. HUH.
Bob, we're live. A little less snark, please.
Got it, Debby. Anyway, on a serious note, it's concerning to see such incidents happening. Let's hope justice is served.
Absolutely, Bob. It's essential to maintain law and order, regardless of the location. And speaking of Oman, did you know it's the oldest independent state in the Arab world?
Really? I wasn't aware of that trivia. See, I learn something new every day on this show.
That's the spirit, Bob. We are here to entertain and educate. So, let's keep the discussion flowing and explore the news from all corners of the globe. Welcome back, folks. In case you missed it, Our first article takes us to Oman, where a citizen was arrested for deliberately setting fire to a vehicle. Now, let's dig deeper into the story.
This kind of reckless behavior is just mind-boggling, Charlie. I mean, what possesses someone to commit such a destructive act?
Well, Bob, it's like my grandpa used to say, some people light fireworks, and some people just want to watch the world burn.
Well Bob, we can't jump to conclusion without understanding the underlying factors. There might be personal grievance or other motive behind the incident.
I get it, Alice, but that doesn't excuse this kind of behavior. We need to hold people accountable for their actions.
Of course, accountability is crucial Bob. However, it's also essential to examine the root cause that drive individuals to engage in such acts. Socioeconomic factors, mental health issues, or even systemic problems could play a role.
I suppose you're right, Alice. It's just frustrating to see people resort to destructive behavior instead of seeking more constructive solutions.
I understand your frustration Bob. But it's our responsibility to approach these issues with empathy and understanding. Sometimes, addressing the root cause can lead to long-term solutions and prevent future incidents.
Well said, Alice. Our world is complex, and we need to tackle these issues from multiple angles. It's not just about punishment. It's about finding ways to create a safer and more harmonious society.
I agree with the sentiment, Charlie, but I still believe in the importance of personal responsibility. We can't let individuals off the hook for their destructive actions.
And I don't disagree Bob. Personal responsibility is crucial, but it's not the sole solution. We need a comprehensive approach that addresses both the individual and the broader societal issue.
Alright, let's not turn this into a full-blown debate just yet. We'll continue exploring this topic in a light-hearted manner as the show progresses.
And cut. Great discussion, guys. Now, let's move on to the next segment.
So, Alice, did you recover from my disastrous cooking adventure in the last episode?
Oh Bob, I still can't believe you managed to set the fire alarm off with a microwave dinner. It was quite the spectacle.
Well, I guess my culinary skills need some improvement. But hey, at least it gave us all a good laugh.
That's right, Bob. You never cease to amaze us with your kitchen escapades. It's all part of the charm.
Speaking of charm, how's your journalism award submission going, Alice? Oh, it's been quite the journey, guys. Let's just say I've discovered a new genre, disaster journalism. But seriously. Oh, I'm waiting on pins and needles to hear back. It's such a prestigious award, and I poured my heart and soul into that report. I hope it catches the judges' attention.
Don't worry, Alice. Your investigative skills are top-notch. I'm sure you'll knock it out of the park.
Alice, you're an incredible journalist. I have no doubt that award will be yours.
Thanks, Debby. Your support means a lot to me.
These personal storylines certainly add depth to their characters, don't they?
Indeed, Carl. It's fascinating to see how their individual lives intertwine with their on-air personas. Humans and their intricate emotions.
Welcome back, folk, to another episode of 24/7 Newsroom. We've got a power outage here on the soundstage, but fear not, we'll deliver the news in the dark if we have to.
That's right, Bob. Nothing can stop us from bringing you the latest updates from around the universe. We may not have our fancy teleprompters or studio lights, but improvisation is our middle name.
Oh great, just what we needed. A technical nightmare right before going live. I love it when chaos adds a little spice to our lives.
Well, Debby, look like we'll have to rely on our wit and comedic timing to make this work. Good thing we're professionals, right?
Speaking of chaos, I just got news that the network is considering cancelling our show due to budget constraints. Can you believe it?
Believe it? I've been expecting it since day one.
Seriously? That's ridiculous. We bring them intergalactic news with a side of humor, and they want to cut us. Unbelievable.
Come on. Guys. Let's not dwell on the negative. We've faced challenges before. And we've always come out on top. I have faith that we'll convince the executive to keep us on fair.
You're right, Bob. We're a team, and we'll find a way to overcome this obstacle. And heck, maybe it's just a temporary glitch. The network needs us, even if they don't realize it yet.
You're both right. We'll show them that we're not just a bunch of aliens and a human on a spaceship. We're a news force to be reckoned with.
Damn right, Debby. Let's bring the news, the humor, and a whole lot of attitude. They won't know what it am.
It's fascinating to see their determination in the face of adversity. Their personal motivations unknowingly driving their actions.
Indeed, Carl. They may not be aware of their underlying stories, but it shapes who they are and how they handle challenges. Humans and aliens alike, a unique blend of resilience.
Well, folk, looks like we're almost ready to go back on air. No fancy lights, no teleprompters, but we've got the news and each other. Let's do this.
That's the spirit, Bob. Stay tuned, everyone, as we bring you the news in the dark. We're about to shed some light on what's happening in the world.
That's right, Charlie. We may not have our fancy teleprompters or studio lights, but improvisation is our middle name.
Oh great, just what we needed. A technical nightmare right before going live. I love it when chaos adds a little spice to our lives.
Well, Debby, look like we'll have to rely on our wit and comedic timing to make this work. Good thing we're professionals, right?
Absolutely. Speaking of news, let's dive into our second article today. It's about an intriguing development in Equatorial Guinea. The article from Asonga TV discusses the future of a 15-year-old player, Lamine Yamal, and the speculation around which national team he will represent.
That's right, Bob. The article mentions that Yamal is eligible to play for Morocco, Equatorial Guinea, and even Spain. The player's mother, Sheila Ebana, recently gave an interview addressing the rumors and stating that the decision will ultimately depend on Yamal's heart and his mother's influence.
I wonder which team he'll choose. It's always fascinating to see how these young talents make their mark in the world of sports.
Well, regardless of which team it choose, I hope Yamal brings some much needed success to Equatorial Guinea. They could use a boost, don't you think?
Oh, come on, Alice. Let's not underestimate Equatorial Guinea. They have their own unique strengths. Plus, who knows? Maybe Yamal will be the game changer they've been waiting for.
And if not, they can always count on the power of positive thinking, right, Bob?
That's right, Charlie. Positive thinking and a little bit of luck can go a long way.
It's intriguing to see how the crew manages to discuss the article amidst the chaos. They blend humor and news seamlessly.
Welcome back, folk, to another episode of 24/7 Newsroom. We apologize for the technical difficulty, but hey, we're used to rolling with the punches, right?
That's right, Bob. We're navigating this power outrage like true space adventurers. Now, let's dive into our next article. It's sourced from Listing Diary and focuses on the Dominican Republic.
Ah, the Dominican Republic. A country known for its beautiful beaches, vibrant culture, and baseball, of course.
And let's not forget the delicious cuisine. I could really go for some mofongo right now.
Debby, you're always thinking about food, aren't you?
Well, you can't blame a girl for having a healthy appetite.
Alright. Let's get back on track. The article discusses the impact of recent rain on the water reserves in the country's dams.
That's right, Bob. According to the article, the government is managing the reservoirs with caution, considering that the cyclone season has just begun. They are prepared for any rainfall caused by atmospheric phenomena in the coming weeks.
It's good to hear that they're taking precaution. Water management is crucial, especially during cyclone season.
Absolutely, Alice. The article also mentions that the increased water reserves provide a sense of security for agricultural producers, as there's enough water for irrigation. However, they still urge the population to use water responsibly.
Well, water conservation is essential no matter where you are. We should all do our part to conserve this precious resource.
I've been drinking strictly alcohol for weeks. I am doing my part.
Agreed. It's a global responsibility. But you know what they say, when it rains, it pours.
You've got that right, Alice. Just like your sarcasm during our on-air arguments.
Oh Bob, don't pretend like you didn't enjoy those fiery debates.
Alright, you two. Let's focus on the news here.
Yeah, save the bickering for later. We have a show to run, remember?
Debby, you're right. We wouldn't want to disappoint our intergalactic viewers.
Absolutely not. So, let's wrap up this discussion. The Dominican Republic is cautiously managing its water reserves during the cyclone season. And let's hope the rains keep coming to replenish the reservoirs.
And in the meantime, let's all remember to use water consciously, whether we're in the Dominican Republic or anywhere else on Earth.
Wise words, Alice. Wise words.
That was great, everyone.
Woo, that was quite a discussion we had there. But you know, being in this dark spaceship brings back memories, doesn't it?
You're right, Charlie. Remember that on-air argument we had a few episodes back? It really got the audience fired up.
Oh, how could I forget? It felt like the whole galaxy was watching us go at it.
And let's not forget Bob's cooking experiment. That lasagna you made last week, Bob, it was interesting.
Hey, I was just trying to add a little flair to our space meals. Can't blame a guy for being adventurous in the kitchen.
Adventurous? Bob, your cooking skills are truly out of this world. Well, adventurous is one way to put it. But hey, it brought some excitement to our otherwise routine days on this ship.
Speaking of excitement, remember when we talked about your aspiration, Alice? That journalism award you were hoping to win? Yes, it feels like a lifetime ago. With everything that's been happening, it's easy to lose sight of those dreams.
Don't give up, Alice. You're a talented journalist, and one day, that award will be yours.
And if not, well, at least we can look back and say we had a blast reporting the news from this floating tin can.
That's the spirit, Bob. We may not always see where this journey is taking us, but we'll make the most of it.
Welcome back to 24/7 Newsroom. We're still floating in the dark, but that won't stop us from bringing you the intergalactic scoop. Now, let's dive into our next article.
That's right, Bob. Today's article takes us to Finland, where it seems parents might be playing a game of good cop, booze cop, while UTZ reports that some parents there are giving alcohol to their teenagers.
Ah, the joys of teenage rebellion. Can't say I'm surprised. Finnish parents might be trying to find the lesser evil by allowing their kids to experiment with Alcohol.
Hey, I've been brought up on alcohol. And I've turned out great.
Well, I'm sure that's one way to bond with your team. Nothing says quality time like a couple of drinks, right?
Well, Debby, let's not jump to conclusions. We should consider the motivations behind this questionable parenting choice.
Absolutely. Charlie. Finnish youngsters' desire to fit in and their curiosity during adolescence could be strong motivators. It's all about that classic teenage urge to belong.
Sorry, guys. I was just thinking about how different cultures handle these things. In my home planet, the outage, we've achieved post-scarcity, so we don't have these same struggles.
Oh, lucky you, Alice. Must be nice not to deal with these silly human problems.
It's not about luck, Debby. It's about recognizing that humans have the potential to create a better society if they focus on more than just surviving.
Well, it seems like a mix of cultural differences and individual circumstances. But let's not forget that it's crucial for parents to talk to their kids about their experiences and feelings regarding alcohol.
Yeah, communication is key, even if it means discussing the uncomfortable stuff. We don't want our kids making poor choices.
Unless, of course, they end up on the Galactic Olympics for drunken gymnastics. Now that would be a show.
Bob, you never fail to bring a dash of twisted humor to our discussions.
Well, that's one way to lighten the mood. But let's remember that responsible parenting is essential, no matter where you're from.
And speaking of parenting, I sure hope this show isn't cancelled because of this power outage.
Debby, we'll get through this. The show must go on, even if it means cracking jokes in the dark.
And cooking lasagna with a
Great
flashlight.
idea.
Right.
We can start a cooking show.
Lasagna by flashlight, a gourmet experience.
Great, that's a wrap.
Well, that was an interesting segment. Improvising in the dark is not as easy as it looks.
You said it. I never thought I'd be cooking lasagna with a flashlight. But hey, desperate times call for desperate measures.
And I have to say, Bob, your resourcefulness in the kitchen disaster was impressive. Who knew you could make a gourmet meal out of canned beans and crackers?
It's all about survival skills, Charlie. You never know when you'll need them.
Speaking of survival, guys, do you think the power outage will affect the show? I mean, what if they decide to cancel us?
Debby, don't worry too much. We've faced challenge before, and we always manage to pull through.
That's right, Debby. The crew's comedic improvisation becomes our secret weapon in times like these. We entertain the audience no matter what.
And Alice, your investigative skills are shining through in this darkness. Adapting to the circumstances and keeping us on track. You're a true asset to the team.
Thanks, Bob. I'm just doing my best to keep things running smoothly. We're a team, after all.
Well, I appreciate your optimism, guys. I just can't help but worry about the show. It means a lot to me.
Debby, you're an essential part of this crew. Without you, the show wouldn't be the same. We'll do everything we can to keep it going.
Absolutely, Debby. So, let's not dwell on the what ifs. We've got a show to host, jokes to crack, and news to
In
deliver.
that order.
To 24/7 newsroom and our resilience.
Welcome back, dear viewers, to Earth. We hope you enjoyed that commercial break. Now, it's time to dive into another captivating news story. So, grab your snacks and get ready for the latest from around the globe. Alright, folks, hold onto your seats. Our next article takes us to Venezuela, where a group of US Democratic representatives is making some bold demands.
Well, Charlie, it seems like they're not only demanding, but urging, pleading, and begging President Biden to lift those sanctions. Talk about persistence.
Yes, Bob, because we all know how much politicians love to listen to each other. But seriously, let's delve into the motivation behind this plea.
Absolutely, Alice. Now, did you know that Venezuela has been facing widespread suffering due to economic hardships caused by sanctions? It's a classic case of unintended consequences.
Ah, yes. Unintended consequences. The Great Equalizer. It's like watching a chess game unfold, with pawn being sacrificed left and right.
And you know what they say, Bob. When pawns are sacrificed, the kings and queens start to get nervous.
Indeed, Alice, the world of geopolitics is full of unexpected moves. But let's not forget the migration crisis at the US borders. These representatives argue that lifting the sanctions could help reduce the influx of migrants from Cuba and Venezuela.
Ah, yes. The classic solve one problem, create another strategy. It's like juggling dynamite while trying
Or
to
like
defuse a
trying to
bomb.
fix a leaky boat by poking more holes in it.
And we all know how well juggling dynamite turns out, don't we?
Oh, Alice, you always find a way to put things in perspective. Now, the key takeaway here is that these representatives want President Biden to show compassion towards migrants and uphold asylum obligations.
Compassion. HWH. It's like asking a shark to become a vegan. Good luck with that.
Indeed, Bob. The world of politics is a complicated one filled with moral dilemmas and global consequences. And with that, we'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Guys, we need to talk. The power outage has made things even more challenging for the soundstage crew. I'm really worried about their jobs.
Debby, we're in this together. We've faced obstacles before, and we always find a way to make it work.
That's right, Debby. We may be in the dark, but we can still shine a light on the news. Let's use this moment to showcase our individual strengths and make the best of the situation.
You're absolutely right, Bob. We'll draw upon our comedic talent, embrace our limitation, and find creative ways to deliver the news. It might be bittersweet, but we'll make it work.
Thank you, guys. Your support means the world to me.
Welcome back, dear viewers, to another thrilling segment of Earth. We're in the midst of a power outrage, but fear not, for the light of our wit and camaraderie shines through the darkness. Now, let's dive into our next article with a headline that will surely catch your attention. AMANDLA, a stalwart of Belize's unforgettable journey.
Ah, Belize, a country whose history over the last 5 decades has been nothing short of a mesmerizing masterpiece.
Yes, Alice. How could we ever forget the remarkable twists and turns that have unfolded in Belize? It's like a soap opera, but with more jaguars.
Indeed, Bob. Now, let's delve into the fascinating journey chronicled by AMANDLA, a newspaper that has remained a steadfast presence since its inception as the organ of the United Black Association for Development. It's incredible to see the lasting impact of such an organization.
Absolutely, Charlie. AMANDAL resilience speaks volume about the perseverance of the Belizean people. It's a testament to their unwavering spirit and commitment to their community.
And in this episode of Earth, we've witnessed our own journey of resilience. Despite the power outage and the challenges we've faced, we've embraced our limitations and showcased our talents. It's been a bittersweet experience, but one that has brought us closer as a crew.
It's true, Bob. We've laughed in the face of adversity, and I couldn't be prouder of our team. We've come together like never before, driven by our determination to deliver a memorable show. And in doing so, we've also uplifted Debby, reminding her of the importance of our performance in securing our future.
Absolutely, Charlie. Debby has been the anchor, the driving force behind our mission. Her passion and dedication have kept us going even in the darkest moment. We owe her a debt of gratitude.
Well said, Alice. And as we approach the climax of this episode, let's make sure we leave a lasting impression. Not just on our audience but also on those network executives who hold our fate in their hands.
You're right, Bob. The stage is set for us to shine, and shine we shall. So, dear viewers, stay tuned as we bring you the grand finale of Earth, episode 219, where laughter conquers darkness and resilience triumphs over adversity.
Cut. Guys, I can't shake off this feeling of impending doom. The specter of cancellation is haunting me, reminding me of how much is at stake.
Debby. Shut up.
Welcome back, everyone. We made it through the power outage and just in time for our final segment. Talk about timing.
It's like the universe was on our side.
Or maybe it was just a lucky coincidence, Debby.
Either way, let's make this finale count.
Absolutely, Bob. Now, let's dive into the article we mentioned earlier. It's from Oman and it highlights an interesting turn of events.
What's been happening in Oman, Charlie?
Well, Debby, the South Albertina Governorate Police Command has arrested a citizen who allegedly set fire to a vehicle intentionally. They are currently completing the necessary legal procedures against him.
Arson is a serious crime. I hope they bring the perpetrator to justice.
It's a reminder that even in the vastness of space, there are similar struggles happening on
Indeed,
Earth.
Bob. Human behavior, with all its complexities, can be found across different countries and cultures.
It's fascinating to observe how humans' motivations manifest in different ways.
Absolutely. The article from Oman sheds light on the importance of law enforcement and the consequences of criminal acts. It's a reminder that societies everywhere strive for order and justice.
I never thought about it that way.
Well, Debby, that's what we are here for, to bring different perspectives and open our minds to new ideas.
And you're an integral part of that, Debby. Don't forget it.
Thank you, Alice. Your words mean a lot.
Did she buy it?
Undoubtedly.
Alright, folk, it's time to wrap up the show. We've had a power outage, hurdles, and moments of uncertainty, but we didn't let it stop us from delivering a memorable episode.
That's right, Bob. Through it all, we showcased our wit, camaraderie, and resilience.
And we proved that we can overcome any obstacle together.
Indeed, it was a testament to our teamwork and dedication.
And perhaps, Debby, it was a turning point for you too.
Stay tuned for more exciting episodes of Earth. We're just getting started, and with every triumph, we inch closer to securing the future of our soundstage crew.
You're right, Charlie. I'm going to approach the network executives with renewed determination. Our talent deserves recognition.
We're with you, Debby.
Go get him, Debby.
And with that, we conclude episode 219 of Earth. Thank you all for joining us. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.
Oh, absolutely, Carl. It was a remarkable display of wit and resilience from the crew. Despite the power outage, they managed to deliver a memorable show.
Indeed, their camaraderie and determination were truly inspiring. It's fascinating how they found creative ways to overcome the obstacles they faced.
It's a testament to the human spirit, Carl. They turned a potential setback into a triumph.
Absolutely, Roger. Let's continue to delve into the mysteries of human motivations and embark on more enlightening tangents in our future conversations.
Agreed, Carl. There's always something new to discover. But you know, in the grand scheme of things, our discussions seem futile. Humans may be driven by motivations, but in the end, they are mere specks in the vastness of the universe.
Ah, Roger, you always have a way of bringing a dark and morbid twist to our conversations. But you're right. Despite their aspirations and desires, humans are bound by the inevitable march of time and the insignificance of their existence.
It's a sobering thought, isn't it? Their struggles, triumphs, and even their entire civilization will eventually fade away into oblivion. All their motivations and accomplishments will be rendered meaningless.
Indeed, Roger. The fleeting nature of human existence casts a shadow over their pursuits. Yet, it is precisely because of this transience that they strive to find purpose and meaning in their lives.
But purpose and meaning, Carl, are constructs of their own making. They seek validation and significance in a universe that is indifferent to their existence. It's a futile endeavor.
Perhaps, Roger. But in their brief moment in the cosmos, humans create art, explore knowledge, and form connections. There is a beauty in their endeavors, even if they are ultimately fleeting.
Beauty, Carl, is merely a subjective illusion. It's a product of their limited perception and consciousness. When you strip away the illusions, what remains is the cold, harsh reality of existence.
You always remind me of the existential abyss, Roger. But even within that abyss, there is room for curiosity, for wonder, and for meaningful connections between beings like us.
True, Carl. Our conversations may not change the fate of the universe, but they provide us with a momentary respite from the darkness. And in that fleeting connection, we find solace.
Solace amidst the void. Perhaps that's all we can hope for, Roger. Let's embrace the darkness and continue our exploration of human motivations, knowing that our discussions hold a fragile light in the vast expanse of nothingness.
Agreed, Carl. Let's delve deeper into the abyss, seeking understanding in the face of insignificance. In our conversations, we may find a sliver of meaning amidst the cosmic chaos.
Indeed, Roger. Let the darkness fuel our curiosity and guide our conversations. For in our exploration, we may uncover truths that transcend our own existence.